So our next speaker is a distinguished alumna of the Ateneo. In 2006, she finished a Bachelor of Arts degree, major in interdisciplinary studies with tracks in communication and Chinese studies.
She had originally wanted to be a journalist, but destiny brought her to the broadcast media scene. Easily recognized as one of the most beautiful women on television today, she's had hosting stints on QTV and GMA Network. She is also currently a DJ on Magic 89.9's morning show with Mo Twister and Mojo Jojo. On TV, she is a segment anchor both for News on Q on weeknights at QTV, Channel 11, and 24 Oras Weekend Edition at GMA Channel 7.
To add to her already impressive resume, she is also actively involved in various outreach programs in her community and church. Besides her usual TV and radio gigs, you will see our distinguished speaker teaching in Sunday school for preschool students.
Wow. What an impressive Atenean indeed. Crystal, I think I'm beginning to fall in love.
You're so funny, Mike. It's okay, Mike.
I mean, who wouldn't fall in love, right? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, let's all give it up for Miss Grace Lee.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor for me to be back here in Ateneo, and I haven't been here since I graduated. Hindi ko pa nakukuha yung diploma ko, tsaka yung yearbook. I think I'm gonna do it later after the talk. I'll pass by. When I got the call that they wanted me to give a career talk, I was very excited to do so only because I really wanted to see the campus again and the students. It's nice to go back to where you come from. But at the same time, I was quite confused because, what about my career? Yes, I might have an ideal career as compared to many that you've seen or know of. But I really started to think about my career in a way you would. Now that you're students and getting ready for a job. Okay, I kind of step out of the podium because it's so formal. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people when they ask me questions about what I do, it's usually how did you start, right? I mean, did you know somebody from GMA? Did you know somebody from ABS, or was your family involved in a similar business? Well, family-wise, I think you guys have a head start because I have Korean parents who can't speak English and Filipino. So there, you guys have more advantage than me. Second, I would also like to highlight that I did come here when I was 10 years old, so you do have a 10 years start of two languages that I work with, which is English and Filipino. So I always say, now you guys as Filipinos have more advantage than I did when I started because you guys have relatives, you guys have family members who were born here, and of course the language, diba, Filipino, Tagalog, or English. You already started learning that when you were born. I had to learn that as a second language. So when it comes to how I started out, believe it or not, I really didn't know anyone. So what I did was I wrote resume and then I went to the guard. Seriously, I went to the guard in GMA, and people don't believe it when I say this. People think I'm joking, but I'm not. Okay, so I really didn't know anyone. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put my profile together, some photos, and then I went to the guard in ABS and GMA. So I put it in an envelope, and I told the guard, can you please make sure that this envelope goes to the news department? Because I really wanted to be a news anchor. That's where I wanted to start. So I said, can you make sure? And the guard looks at me weird. He's like, are you serious, right? So I was like, please make sure that it goes there. And then I was very lucky because after about a month and a half, I got a call from GMA, Talent Center. So they wanted to see me. So I said, okay. That's how it all started. I wanted to start with news, and then news got me as one of their correspondents. But at the same time, QTV was just being launched as a women's channel. So they needed new female hosts. The problem is, news department, if you start with the news department, you really can't shift back to entertainment or lifestyle. But if you started with lifestyle and entertainment, you can actually cross over to news, which is kind of weird, but that's how it works. News is a little more strict than entertainment and lifestyle, as you may know already. So when I was given the opportunity to become a reporter, and then I was also given the opportunity to work for Q, the management decided I think it's better for girls, especially, I had just graduated college then, for you to work with entertainment first, just to widen your horizon. So, believe it or not, yes, I did give it to the guard, and that's how I got my first call. Now, I think you don't really have to go to the guard. At then, kasi I was kind of, wala akong alam. I was a fresh grad, and I had just traveled. I just came back, and I was looking for a job. And I always knew that I wanted to work for GMA or for networks, for TV networks. I've always wanted to do that, which was the reason why I entered Ateneo as a political science student. And then on my second year, I shifted out. I said I wanted to take up communication. When I started working, it was pretty difficult because the world of entertainment is different from our daily routine, our daily life. You come across a lot of gay people in GMA. You have to learn to deal with them. But at the same time, syempre meron yung mga hierarchy that you have to work with. And one of the things that I learned while I was working as a newbie, kasi ako yung pinakabata, I was very lucky though, because the first two people I got to work with when I entered GMA was Lucy Torres Gomez, now a congresswoman, and then Ate Wilma Dasan. So silang dalawa. And they're really like the nicest people you can work with. But I do hear of horror stories from other hosts or other yung mga artista na they really meet their match on set and have a really difficult time. But I was very blessed to work with two most beautiful and intelligent and funny people. Although when I started working, we're kind of used to just dealing with people that we see, right? We don't really know the people behind the scenes because we don't make it our business to know. Like if I asked you right now the name of probably the guy who cleans your CR at your floor, would you know? I would be impressed if you knew, right? So sabi niya siya daw. Hindi. Okay. So, these are the things that I came to realize as I started working. And this is so important. And I think the speaker, as I was listening to her, really touched on some points that I really wanted to impart to you as well this afternoon. First of all, get to know the people behind the scenes. Because these are the people you need to know. And even people who are higher than you, yung mga boss nyo, will be impressed with you knowing these people behind the scenes. And you can do a lot of things to try to impress them, but I think yung mga boss natin, kaya sila mga boss kasi mas experienced sila sa atin. So if we're trying so hard to impress them, hindi naman sila, they're not that easy to just, manipulate. Trust me. So, you have to show them that you're sincerely concerned and that you sincerely want to work there. And if you really want to work there, you better make sure that you know the people who make sure that your lapel is nakakabit properly. You have to make sure you know the people who are in charge of the lighting. You have to make sure you know the people behind the camera, who's writing your script, who's editing your video. Kasi they're the ones who will make you look beautiful. Joke. These are the people who are responsible for creating an image for you. And I'm not just talking about TV work. This is the same as radio. I do also have a column for Manila Bulletin, an entertainment section every Saturday. For newspaper, or even any other job that you get into, there will always be people behind the scenes that you need to know. And make it a business to know. And especially come Christmas time or a season of giving, you make sure you remember them. And these people, when you do good to these people, some way everyone is gonna find out, and that shows your true character when you recognize these people. And I failed to do that. The first year, I was just a kid, just so happy to just be there and so mesmerized with the beauty of Ate Lucy and with all these talents that I was seeing. And